Lawmakers and many producers alike support an age minimum and some new industry standards for buying THC products. These are legal products derived from the cannabis plant, but from there, how to regulate becomes complicated. These drinks or edibles or other products infused with Delta-9 THC were federally legalized 7 years ago, but they will be banned 1 year from now. That's unless state lawmakers act to come up with new laws to supersede the federal one. They're working on it right now. Now, there is some regulation in place according to producers.
Have packaging requirements. Weights and Measures has that. USDA requires certain things. The FDA requires certain things. I mean, just in a standard packaging principle, there's already guidelines out there, and we're all following that in this industry.
But lawmakers say more is needed. Here's what legislation is on the table in Wisconsin. The first is a bill to ban hemp-derived products like these THC drinks or edibles. The state essentially would codify the pending federal ban. That was proposed by Representatives Lindy Brill and Jim Pivovarchik. The second was proposed by Representative Rob Swearingen of Rhinelander. His bill would allow THC, but with regulations. And the third is from Senator Patrick Teston of Stevens Point. His bill hasn't yet been released, but it would also allow THC, but with some regulations. Swearingen's proposal includes a minimum age of 21, maximum THC concentrations on the products, and a three-tiered system which separates producers, distributors, and retailers.
Well, three-tier exists for several reasons, right? Safety, again, is the first thing. Second of all, the excise taxes on these products. And it'd be taxed through the wholesaler level, which is very standard. And that again, that's why three-tier exists.
That's what's in place for the alcohol industry, so he says it makes sense with another intoxicant. He says it's also the easiest way to regulate for safety, but it also could hurt hemp producers.
The three-tier system would probably knock 80 to 90% of our business out. We will have to live here and choose. Do I farm? Can I afford to sell what I produce? Because there's the second tier middleman that distributes. As a farmer, I will not be able to be a distributor. I can no longer distribute my own goods. I'll have to have another entity that I use, which will take a cut, 20 to 30%, and then that gets sold to a retailer. So you will have to choose whether I will be licensed as a farmer, as a distributor, or a retailer, and I cannot own two or more of those tiers.
There'd be a hefty tax on products, and oversight from the state alcohol division would include oversight on THC. THC retailers would have to get licenses, and those with alcohol licenses already would be grandfathered in. Multiple producers raised concerns about the bill benefiting alcohol interests, as Swearingen previously served as president of the Tavern League. Do you see it as a conflict of interest?
No. I was a Tavern League president 14 years ago. I used to be in the restaurant business. I'm no longer in the restaurant business. So, I mean, that's we're all citizen legislators. All of us have outside jobs or had outside jobs. Sure, hospitality was my background, you know, whether it was tourism or alcohol. So that's always been my background. So to me, no, there's definitely no interest. And again, I was Tavern League president 14 years ago.
Both his bill and Teston's proposal would include an age minimum. That's supported by many in the industry.
That's number one, is for safety, we have to make it eligible at 21 years old.
You need to be selling to 21.
But strictly here, we're 21 plus. We're always checking IDs. We self-regulate on that rule.
They'd also limit potency, so you can't put an unlimited amount of THC in a product. And they'd set standards for labeling and marketing. The age minimum and potency and labeling standards supported by various producers we talked with. The ban or the three-tiered system, that's a different story.
Well, definitely right now our main approach to this is lobbying, definitely getting our legal teams out to kind of speak with members of Congress, locally as well as federally. I know for us, nothing we have to change business specifically, so still going as is, as normal. But definitely, we're pretty hopeful that things will change before then, just with, of course, how many businesses are going to be affected.
Thousands of jobs in Wisconsin would be impacted with a full ban. And both sides agree some regulation is needed, but where exactly is that line? Lawmakers have a year to sort it out. For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm David Go.